Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Monday, so of course it's coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations with my best friend and partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. And I'm Carolina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. So we want you to sit back, relax, hydrate, and join the conversation while we talk about things of interest. How you doing this morning, Fran?
I am good. I'm looking at all these little notifications over here. I believe we are live on Facebook. Um, I think the date was different or something, but I just want to double check to make
Okay.
sure that we are live because I was like, um,
I'm
because
sure we're live on
you all know we're live on YouTube. I wasn't even concerned about that.
okay.
So today, thank you all for being here and on live and on the replay. Just looking at a notification that I have up here, so bear with me for just one moment. Just want to make sure that we got what we needed done. Because,
For some reason my screen is very, very dark over here on my iPad, and I don't know what that's about. Hmm, interesting.
right, so let's see. Okay, yeah, that went up, that went up. I'm looking for something here. Uh, da, 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 da. Because I don't see us yet. I see you guys. It says we're live though, but
It
Facebook,
does say we're live.
yes, it says it looks like this broadcast was deleted on Facebook. To stream to Facebook, create a new broadcast or just remove this destination and then re-add it. Okay, well, we can do that. Okay, remove. And then we will re-add like that. Save changes. Because it was the start time was for June 12th. And
Really?
uh-huh. Okay. So now it should pick up and now I got 3 green checks. Okay, back to the ranch. Welcome everybody watching live and on the replay. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, podcast, wherever you are listening. Um, Today is, like Terry said, Monday, and we always have coffee, tea, water, thoughts, conversations on Monday. And today's conversation is all about your superpower.
Mm-hmm.
What is your superpower? And then we're also going to talk about keeping it simple. So kind of like a two for one. So what is your superpower? What is your and I'm putting that in here now. Let's do that. What is your superpower? And I'm going to make sure that we all get notifications. Yeah, it just said Biz Chicks is live now. Good. So we all get something you should know whenever you go into a watch a live broadcast on Facebook and you don't want the volume to be on, make sure you have your hand on the volume button because it automatically clicks the audio on. So when you're coming in the room, it'll be live. So now, meanwhile, back at the ranch, what is your superpower? Today we were talking about the gifts and talents and treasures that people have within them. There are things that we do that's just us,
Mm-hmm.
and we think nothing of it. It's just like, oh, that's just what I do. You know, you baking or something. Everybody else is like in awe about what you do, but to you, it's just that's just normal. That's just who I am. This is I've always done this. And we sometimes downplay the importance of the thing that you do naturally, the thing
Hmm.
you do without thinking, the thing that you do just because you do it. It's easy to you. It makes you smile. It's just you and you're just doing it and it could be the key to your success, to your wealth building. It could be the key to increasing your life for you and your family. The little thing that you do that you think is no big deal.
There you go.
It really is a big deal. It's in you. It can be developed. It can be increased, and it can be. Do I want to use this word monetized, or do I just want to say that you can profit from it, and you should profit from it? And a lot of people are thinking, well, I don't want to get, I shouldn't get paid for that.
It can bring income to your family.
Hmm.
It's all part of being that Proverbs 31 woman. She got up early and sewed garments for her family, and she did business. She bought land. There were a whole lot of things going on in her life that were revenue generating things.
You have revenue generating
Talent.
powers within you.
Yeah. There you go.
In Deuteronomy 28, yes, I'm making a scripture reference. He said, God gives us the power to get wealth. Now,
Hmm.
a lot of times people think, oh, it's just going to come on me and it's going to be, and I'm going to be wealthy. No, he gave you power. That word means abilities, skills, things that only you can do or things that others might do like you, but that skill set, that ability is in you to do a certain thing. It will bring you wealth. Okay,
And to do a certain thing a certain way.
right,
Sometimes it's just a little tweak that can make all the difference. Someone invented the paperclip, but someone decided, oh, I want pink paper clips. And maybe other people in the world want pink paper clips. You know what I'm saying? You can augment something. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to, invent something, reinvent the wheel. How many blue jean companies are there in the world? Probably thousands, and
right,
they're all making money. So I just say whatever it is that comes naturally, and above all, makes you smile.
right,
Because if it doesn't make you smile, you're not going to do it. You're going to do it for a little while,
right.
and then
So
you're going to lose interest.
the thing that you didn't think was a big deal, it really is a big deal. It is naturally in you. So we talked about this in our discovery workshop.
Hmm.
Fish were meant to be in the water and swim. It is in their DNA to maneuver the waters. It is in their DNA to be able to handle whatever's coming. They breathe water. We can't breathe water. We
There
were
you
not
go.
to be in the water. Now we can get in the water and we can stay down there for a while, but that's not our natural habitat.
Mm.
That is not our natural environment. We need to breathe oxygen. Therefore, we don't go to Mars. Okay. If you have to manufacture it to try and match natural, to try and get it to be natural, there's going to be a problem.
Mm. Hmm.
We're not meant to live on Mars. Okay, that's normally a Friday thing, but it carried over. We were meant to breathe oxygen, just like the birds are meant to fly. They have,
Hmm.
they can do it. And yes, we can fly if we get in a plane, we can get to point A to point B, but that doesn't mean that we live our entire lives flapping our wings. We have no wings.
Okay.
We don't have the necessary apparatus to be a bird.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a superpower that you have. There is a skill and an ability that you have. Maybe you are the one that brings kindness to everyone. And there is room for that. There is a need for that. Terry, you said something today. Maybe you know how to smile and you can teach other people how to smile.
You know, so many people during this time have lost their joy. I, people would love to come in and just, learn how to get that joy back, how to smile. Yeah,
There
yeah.
are people who I don't sew. I know how to sew. I know all the mechanics of sewing, like a 5/8 inch seam and what hemlines do. I know all of the technical things, but that is not
Mm-hmm.
my makeup. You don't want me to make
Mm-hmm.
a dress. You want Terry to do your cover up. You don't want Fran to do your cover up. It's not going to come out right. That is not what I do. That is not my makeup. That is not my superpower.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want me to show you how to use your phone or how to do some stuff on your computer, now you can come to me for that. That is my superpower. That is what I do. I can understand technology. Leave me alone with it long enough, I'll figure it out. That's what I do. So I'm staying in my lane and I let Terry stay in her lane. She
Thank you.
provides it, I provide the tech.
There we go.
And here's the other thing, you have to develop in your gift. But if you never take it out and use it, it's just sitting
Mm-hmm.
dormant and you're nobody's getting the benefit of what you have to offer.
Well, and the other thing too is you never get the benefit.
Mm,
Come on now, this is your superpower. And I think the problem is that we don't really recognize it for what it really is, because it comes so easy, Fran. It's just natural for us. Like it's natural for me to smile. It's just something I do. Um, it it may be natural for you to just be kind. Can you not do workshops on kindness? How to spread kindness? There are just such simple things. And I was talking today about how one young man learned to knit as a child because he lived in Minnesota. Hey, how you doing, Pat? He lived in Minnesota, and when the snow was up to your neck, you sort of do whatever everybody else was doing, and he in turn learned to knit. And as a result of that, he went to school. He would knit from time to time, and the kids around him started wanting to know how to do it. The teacher learned. He taught the kids. Next thing you know, he's got a whole brand going around the fact that something that came so simple to him.
So let's talk about Pat. Pat Murray, she's here in the
Mm-hmm.
Pat's superpower is journalism and the things that go along with that. She also has toys. See, here's the cool thing. You might have a variety of superpowers. You don't have just one. Pat is
Mm-hmm.
good at creating toys. She's good at um, talking and having conversations with people around different subject matters in the realm of her community there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How to talk to the community. Well, you know what? She's also a DJ. But Pat has found her superpower and she's working it. It's bringing her income. It's bringing her step by step. A lot of people want to amass wealth but they want it all
Uh,
quick. They want it fast. But it comes eventually. See, people think success is a destination, like I'm finally arrived and I'm successful. No, it is an eventual process. You succeed every day by doing whatever you do whatever your superpower is, by you using it every day, you can turn around and then look back and go, oh, hey, I've accumulated some things back here.
Mm-hmm.
But if you never take the steps, there will be no accumulation. There will be no evidence of increase if you just stay like, well, I don't know. There's nothing I can do.
Exactly.
You have greatness in you. I don't know how many people have heard that. I don't remember the different authors and the different success people tell you all the time. There is greatness within you. Good morning, Brenna. There is greatness within you. So, but you actually have to go and discover it. That's why we do the discovery workshops every quarter. You discover who you are and why you're here. You have great many skills. You can do more than one thing. I made the example, I mentioned it earlier today, the example of the report card. In school, you get a report card, and there's like 6 or 7 different subjects. I should have pulled out my report card I got back from way back. And on the report card, there's A, B, 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 A, C, and B. Most parents focus in on that C. But if C happens to be math, that's not my thing. Now, I got an A in English. So if I'm looking at that from a standpoint, maybe I need to be focused in on my A abilities, not my C abilities. Focus my strength on where did I get that A? Maybe that's the path I should find in life. Not trying to bring this C up because that's not my thing, but bring that A and zoom in on that A and find out, why do I like English so well? Why am I good at that? Why am I good with words?
I think we get off track a lot too, because people say, well, and you need this, and you need that, and you need, hey, just do what you do and do it well, and the gift will shine for itself, and people will come for that.
So
bear the fruit you were born to bear, and people will come for the fruit.
For that. And I would like to ask everybody who's watching this live in the replay, put it in the chat. What did you get A's in? What was your best subject in school? I'm curious to know. Mine was gym and English.
Mine was history.
Oh, I did good in history too.
I loved history.
So what was your at school? What did you excel in? And I know there's a delay here, so we're just gonna. I wish I had. Okay. Anyway, whatever you excelled in, perhaps that's the avenue we should be going in. That's the way that we should be traveling.
Linda and Jenny, what are your superpowers? They're watching over here on my watch party. It's good to see you guys.
Hello. So what are, okay, Brenna said PE, science, and art. And she's working all 3 of those. She likes to be out in the wilderness. She likes to go camping and all of that. Thank you, Brenna. She likes to be out doing that. If you ever talk to Brenna loves science, and then she also does art. She's living in her superpower. Pat said most of her subjects, especially English and foreign language. Right. And what is Pat doing? She's doing journalism. She's doing journalism. She's putting
English.
to use the thing that was good for her.
Brenda has a response. You want to see that?
That's Claudia. Claudia says,
That is Claudia. Hi,
why
Claudia.
schooling fails our children. The non-Western schooling lets children focus on their strength. It doesn't criticize trade schools or as a last resort. Okay, Claudia, what is your what did you excel in at school? Yeah, what was your bend? You know what I mean? What was the thing that you got A's and B's in? Because
I also liked home ec, which involved sewing.
right.
All my sewing projects weren't necessarily successful because I was learning, but I did look forward to it.
Yeah, but you got good grades in it.
Yeah, I got good grades.
Okay.
Oh, look,
See, Claudia's home ec in English, so she's following down the path. If you don't know, Claudia is the business owner of Boxables. She does healthy, vegan, vegetarian, and she will do some meat dishes as well. But she prepares healthy foods for clients, for people. And she said, "I did the cooking part. I failed sewing."
Yeah, I wasn't that good of a cook, so maybe we should trade off.
But she's following her superpower even from school. What did you excel at school? See, I think if you even have one of your old report cards, go back and take a look at it. You'd be surprised.
I hadn't even thought of that.
Pat says, I like how kids in Sweden learn how to make furniture. At least they used to. That makes sense when you realize that people love Swedish and Danish furniture. Guess what country IKEA is from? Right. So following your superpower and a glimpse into your superpower is what you got good grades in. And I'm here to encourage you, don't put so much emphasis on the other grade, that like the C or the D that you keep trying to improve. Let it go. In the Frozen song, let it go, let it go. just stop with the D and stop with the C's and push toward your A's and B's.
Oh, accentuate the positives? Yes. Britta says, I love history and science as knowledge subjects.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I enjoy history as well. And I use history all the time. I like referring back to it. I like hearing the stories and seeing what happened and why people did certain things. I enjoy history as well. So all of those things accumulated, those are my strong suits. Now, I did like science a little bit too. So science and tech kind of run hand in hand for me. What happens if I put this over here and if I mesh these two things together? I didn't do bio. I did
like chemistry.
I like chemistry too, but I like tech a lot better. And there's some things like biotech. So there, you are learning along. Your gifts were becoming evident as you were growing up. Babies began playing with certain things or turning knobs, taking stuff apart, and it starts to become evident. Your superpower is opening up as a young age. Pat says, my favorite class in college was the one I couldn't make an A in. It was a great class. It was tough, but it was a great class. You don't always need to make an A's to get the most out of your class. Right.
That's true.
But
you know what you love, right?
Right.
You know you loved it.
Right. And Brenna says, I don't like tech. And see, that's okay. Brenna, you have to do you. And she does science very well.
Hmm. Hmm.
We all have to get in there and figure out the thing that makes you happiest. There are things that you all do that's just in you, and you just do it without thinking about it. You said it
Comes
before.
out naturally. Like one of the ladies here used to send out cards to everyone in the group. Her gift is hospitality. You know what I'm talking about, Linda Kay. Uh, just kind. You know, you can build a whole brand around kindness
Right.
because we're talking about business, taking the things that make you smile and turning them into a business because that's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do naturally, and you're going to enjoy it because we want you to run a what, Fran? A profitable
Profitable
business
business. That's
that's
fun
fun
to
to
run.
okay.
And if more people were happy doing what they were doing, then you wouldn't have weird stuff happening when you go to the store and the clerk is being all funny and you're like, perhaps this is not what you're supposed to be doing.
Did anybody ask you if you liked dogs, but you're working at a pet store? You know what I'm saying?
And you don't like dogs.
Okay, maybe this is not a fit for you. Maybe maybe when you figure out what business you want to do or continue to do, you run it through the filter of, do I like this? Does
Here,
it make me smile?
and here's the other way. Here's another way that you can look at it. What do people always say? You're so good at da 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 da. You may not
All
say
the
it,
time.
but people tell you all the time, you're so good at A, B, C, D. Wow, maybe that's the business you should be in, or the subset of that business, because it comes naturally to you.
Yep. And if you don't like doing the business, maybe what you should do is hire somebody to actually do the footwork of the business and you manage the business.
Oh, okay, because Brenna does jewelry. Her and her
Hmm.
daughter do jewelry. She loves doing the jewelry. She loves creating the jewelry. But if you don't like the business or the tech part of getting the business known or getting the jewelry out there, and you get with somebody who likes doing that part of it, like Terry just said, and you collaborate, give them a little piece for helping you get it out there. But you get your jewelry out there.
Yep. And if you are trying to if you are trying to start a business and you need to be online and you don't know how to stream and da da da, call BizChicks. That's what we do.
Right.
Don't worry about that part of the business. You just cook and let us stream for you. Stream you cooking, whatever you need to do.
So
But get
said
somebody to help you with the pieces that
that
you
you can't do.
or that you don't want to do. Some
Correct.
things we can do. I can mow my lawn, but I'm not trying to do that.
Okay, so here's Claudia. Claudia says a lot of people get it wrong with me and think I like cooking. I don't enjoy cooking. I enjoy
Oh,
sharing the benefits of healthy eating. So
oh, see?
yeah, could she I can see her being in the kitchen. Okay, no, I need you to put this amount of that and this amount of that, and giving the people who love to cook a
Yeah.
clue about how to
Hmm.
make the food taste good. And maybe
Hmm.
she's not doing the actual cooking herself.
Hmm.
And Brenna says, I took algebra in college and barely got the hang of it. Worked my butt off all the tutoring and the lab time. Loved my C. You're right, Patricia. I still graduated with honors. Love the process of discovery. Yep.
I always wondered why we had to take all those extra courses.
Ooh, I was wondering how come we had to take algebra in the first place. Oh no, how about trigonometry?
Trigonometry.
I was
Oh,
like, now, if I'm in NASA, I can understand trigonometry because but we ain't supposed to be all up in Mars anyway. But trigonometry. I'm like, yeah, okay, that is not my superpower. Y'all don't want me to try and bring you back.
Yes. So we're saying that your superpower is what comes to you naturally and makes you smile. People say, "Oh, you're really good at that." You know, what they're doing is they're admiring that superpower and saying, whatever it is you're producing, I would be willing to pay for that.
Right. And okay, I'm gonna say it. Let them pay you for
Oh my
it.
gosh.
No, that's okay. Stop it. They are willing
Well,
to compensate you for something that they cannot do. Let them.
and vice versa. Don't forget to pay them for their gifts and talents. You know, we are such loving, kind, and compassionate people. We want everybody to be able to afford what we do. We want everybody to be able to, have it. And so we end up just giving away the talent. Well, you can't feed your family giving away your product.
Let me put this comment up. Claudia says, my favorite math class was consumer economics. I was glad
Really?
it was only an elective. Now, why would that be an elective and not like something we need? Because
Mm, mm.
it's our school system. Okay. But do you realize the school is a business too?
Everything we do involves exchange.
Mm-hmm. The
If
school,
it's nothing more than conversation.
right. It is the transfer. You need something. I have something you need. Okay, if you give me your cow, I'll give you 15 goats or whatever it is. Because
Hmm.
I need the cow to have milk, you need your grass cut, and the goats will cut down your grass. So
There's a
that,
transaction taking place. There's an exchange.
and you're helping. Okay, so here's the other way that I help people buy and sell real estate. So here's how I look at it. This person has their property for sale. If I bring
Hmm.
them a buyer, I am helping them. I'm help solving their problem of getting their property sold. They might need to move to a different location. They might need to they might need to downsize because they don't need that big of a house anymore. My job is to help them find a buyer to get them to their desired end result. I'm not trying
To
to
help,
sell them on something. I'm trying to help them solve their problem. They need to move the property.
mhm, helping people to connect
Help people
the
do
dots.
what they want. If I'm helping a
Wait a
buyer,
minute.
the buyer decided I need to have a home that's bigger or whatever.
Hmm.
For me to go out and do that for them and take them out shopping or whatever, I'm helping them fulfill their desired need. And I get compensated for doing that. I was like, oh,
Absolutely.
when you think of, you're not selling them something. Brenna, when you're making the jewelry and the earrings, I need silver. Not silver and I don't like the stuff that turns where you see the copper after a while. I need sterling silver. So I will go to Brenna to see if she can handcraft something for me.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know what I mean? I will see if
Yes.
there's something that she can create for me.
Now let me ask you this:
Mhm.
when she creates it, are you willing to pay her?
I am willing to pay for that.
And see, but the question is Brenna willing to charge what she needs to charge for what you're making for her? She's got gemstones, she's got silver,
The
um,
materials, yes.
metals, she's got precious metals.
Okay, okay,
That earring is not going to cost $10.
no. And here's the thing. I'm not going to go source where to get the little hoops to hang the earrings. I'm not going to go source where she gets the silver. I'm not
Uh,
sourcing where the gems come from. I just want the earrings finished and I want to go pick it out.
Pick it up. Yep.
To pay
So So, and see, people don't understand what it takes a lot of times to get a product to them, especially from crafts persons, people who are exercising individual craftsmanship and customizing things for people. And then they turn around and they don't properly charge them. And they want to know why they're not in business 3 years later, because they're discouraged that they're not making a profit because you didn't charge the real value in the first place. It took you, you had to go to 6 stores to find the stuff. And I don't think they even factor that in. Not to mention the time it took to go to those stores. And then the cost of the materials. So, but here, fortunately, Brenna says this.
She graduated high school with business math, so much easier to grasp. Business math. Now, see, she failed algebra 3 times in high school, but she didn't quit.
Mm-hmm.
And see,
and then
right.
What is this? She says, I can do
And
sterling
that
doesn't tarnish.
Sterling that doesn't tarnish. I need to see, because I like these earrings that I have on right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we need to talk. I shall call you afterwards.
Hi,
so
Shante.
there are things
Mm-hmm.
that you should be compensated for. Your time. So how do you figure out how much should be charged? We did something called Price It Right, because you have your time and skill that went into it. I heard a story about a company who had a problem with a machine. So they called in this guy for this machine, and he came in and took a wrench and tapped on the machine, and the machine started working. He sent the people a bill for $1,000, and the manager of the company that had the problem with the machines, wrote back, I refuse to pay this bill. I refuse to pay $1,000 for you to just come in and just do what you did. And I will not pay it without an itemized list of why I'm paying $1,000 for that. The guy said, okay. He replied back to the invoice, $1 for tapping on the machine, $999 to know where to tap on the machine.
Exactly.
Because you needed whatever it is that you needed to have done. So,
and you are buying experience, you're buying education, you're buying, you know what I'm saying? And you couldn't get your business running. So you're buying time on the line. You're saving money on wages, because now your people are productive. They're not sitting there waiting for him to tap the machine. People need
and it's okay. It's making an investment that is going to pay off for you in the long run. Invest in the people that need that
know where to tap.
Just invest in it. I'm like, yeah, like rebooting a computer. Yep, Claudia, it's more. Sometimes it's more than a reboot. I'm like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to understand your superpower, and you don't want to shortchange your superpower. You have what we need. We all might not need it right now, but at some point I'm going to need, like Brenna talked to us about all of the Happily Green and Clean products that she has. Brenna did not forget about ordering my mattress spray that keeps out the little dust mites. Now, she explained that in a live that she did, and I was like, shut up, I need to get some of that to
just to be sure, yeah.
To cut down on stuff. And I was like, okay. But had she not done the live, I would not have known.
Mm-hmm. And Danette says, knowledge that you didn't have. That's what you're paying for.
Right.
Knowledge that you didn't have. And it's the same thing when you take an online course. What you're really paying for is to avoid the mistakes that the presenter has already made.
Right.
And they can be very costly. So when you're evaluating, should I pay for this? They may have secrets that they uncovered during the course, that they discovered during the course of the journey, that can save you so much time, make you so much more money. Pay the people.
And it's okay. And then take the payment when people try and pay you. That's what we're really trying to do.
Yes. And charge enough to make it worth your while.
Right. Brenna says it's artisan quality, time and skill, knowledge, materials, and I'm not understanding what maybe okay item, must know pricing, value your worth and experience. Took me 5 years to be fine with people that said that's too much.
Exactly. Everybody's not your customer, people.
No, you only want the people, because the people who if you capitulate or cave into the people who said it's too much and you lower your price, then they're going to come back. Well, I don't know. I just don't like the way it looks, and I want my money back. So you just did this whole thing for people who didn't appreciate your gift in the first place.
Yeah. And then there are people who always are going to want the gift for free. Just, thank them and move on, people. It's okay. It's okay. And there'll be people who will be giving away their gift. But that's that's not your responsibility. Neither one of those.
And that's what Brenna says. It's a one of a kind.
Yes.
Materials and one of a kind item. One of a kind means exactly that. Terry creates masks, and some of them you can get, but then there's limited edition, which means you're not gonna get it.
When the fabric's gone, the fabric's gone.
Right. So what is your superpower? Are you charging enough for it? If you're not charging at all, why aren't you charging it? Go back and ask yourself, why am I not getting paid for this? I talked to Terry about this today. Now, real estate I do, and I'm getting paid for that. And I was like, tech, I had just been putting off, that's something I do. And then people would, could you help me figure this out? And I'll figure it out.
Because it'll take you 2-3 hours.
And are you getting paid for that? I was like, I guess I should get paid for that, because that's 2 or 3 hours out of my day
that you could have been selling real estate.
Mm-hmm. Or I just need to be getting compensated for that. And because tech is no big deal to me, because I do it every day, and I know how to, what's wrong with this computer, and I know how to ask the questions if something gets screwy or whatever. Yeah.
I think too, before we go, we need to talk about the routine.
Okay.
Do not get weary.
Let's get Claudia, and then hold that thought. Don't lose it. Stick with it. When I do workshops, this is Claudia. Claudia says, when I do workshops, people will ask me about my credentials, but can't figure out how to eat healthy on a budget or be able to plan a meal for their systemic issues. I have eliminated insulin and hypertension meds. I don't have anything to prove with the paper accreditations. My clients are my proof. Okay. And people who want to know all of that, send them to their nutritionist or whatever. Y'all gonna have to go see your doctor. Apparently, whatever you're getting at your nutritionist and that the doctor ain't working, or else they wouldn't be coming to see you. So keep doing what you do, Claudia. We like it. It's like, I'm getting results. Results are better than paper. Then that piece of paper on the wall. Okay. Okay, Terry.
Now, Danette says, that is so valuable. I learned that too, and use it for setting rent on my property. That there is time and effort put into this, and learning from others can be valuable. Now, what I want to say to you guys is this. we're running businesses, those businesses often call for repetitive operations. And we can get um, misguided thinking, well, we've saturated the market for this and people don't want this anymore because we are into the routine and we see it every day. That is not true. People still want number two pencils. Okay. How long have they been making this pencil look like this with this lead
And then the eraser.
and they're selling it every day? So I'm saying to you, because you are looking at your own inventory, you think that it's something that people do not want. No, people need to know you have it so that they can come and get it.
And it is the continued success is done daily. Success is in your daily routine. It is things that it is the boring things like, okay, I need to get up. I need to make a phone call. I need to follow up on my clients. I need to do this. It is the day to day things that you do that makes you successful. What if Walmart decided, we're not opening today?
Girl, just that one day, we wouldn't trust them anymore, would we?
No, why are you not open? You're normally there every single day. Even if a customer or client is not coming in every day, doesn't mean that they don't want what you have. They just don't need it today. They might need it tomorrow. They might need it down the road. So you keep going every single day. McDonald's makes that hamburger okay, let's talk about the Big Mac. 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, onions on a sesame seed bun. They told us the recipe in a song, and then we go get Big Mac and it's not like that. We're gonna be like, what's wrong with this? Who said put bacon on it? Bacon wasn't part of the mix. So, but you knew McDonald's comes in with the same hamburger, mustard. They didn't put mayo on there. You notice? Hamburger, ketchup, mustard, and a little pickle. That's it. You know what you're going to get when you go in there. Starbucks, the coffee is done a certain way. Now you can get it like you want and have them tweak it and twirl it or whatever. But if they just didn't have the basics,
twirl it. I love it. Yes.
You would be questioning stuff like, I don't know. It's boring to do it over and over and over and over and over, but that is where the wealth comes. That is where it's in the consistency of you doing it every day. What's your routine? You want to be if you want to be successful in your health, you have to do healthy habits every day.
There you go. And learning something new every day. The thing is too, folks, don't get weary in new stuff, learning new stuff. Be a lifetime learner. And if you do not want to learn that particular thing, but you need it, call somebody who already knows it. Because there's sometimes you can get distracted trying to learn how to be the plumber.
And you got water all over the place. Crap literally all in the backyard and stuff because you trying to be the plumber. Stop. Put down the bench.
And you're not concentrating on your business because you're trying to save 50 cents by not calling the plumber. Oh, I can watch a YouTube, but I can. Oh my gosh.
Go find the people that do that job. Just saying. If I want, like Danette is listening in,
yes.
if you need, like, if you trying to get into flipping houses, don't do that by yourself. Danette has a track record on how to do it, and she's not going to take you for 40 grand to teach you.
Okay.
How to flip a house like I did on TV, and they don't give you anything. You have to have a strong desire to do that. You understand what I mean? You have to have a very strong desire to do something like that. And maybe that is not your superpower.
But it's Danette.
I'm going to get into real estate. I'm going to flip houses. Not if that is not your superpower, because you will not like it. Danette, she lights up with that. She's like, yes, I got another house. And I'm like, okay, God bless you. I'm staying over here. I'll help buy it and sell it, but I'm not doing all of that.
Hmm. Yes. So I say that to say, guys, when something makes you smile when you're doing it, write it down. It might be your superpower.
You get joy out of it.
Hmm.
I know.
I know I get joy out of seeing people wear my garments, wear my simple kimonos. I don't sew dresses. I don't sew pants. I don't sew jumpsuits. I do cover ups.
And
And it makes me smile.
right. And Claudia smiles when she puts together healthy meals, when people eat healthy.
Hmm.
Brenna smiles when we're happily green and clean and got some gorgeous earrings and things of that nature. You can do more than one thing too. It doesn't mean you have to be locked into one thing, but there's your superpower. I guess we could have put powers parentheses.
True.
Just operate in your superpowers. You will be so much more happy. You'll be able to whistle while you work.
Yes. And out of one superpower may come another.
And you'll be prepared. You'll be like, oh, we're gonna have to tweak because we can't do this in person anymore. How will I get it done? But you'll be happy trying to figure out a way to do the superpower.
You know, I have seen people who just love to host parties, and I was thinking, wow, what a fabulous business. I know one lady turned her backyard into a tea party atmosphere, and she gives tea parties for little girls on the weekends, you know, because most of us work during the week. So she gives tea parties on the weekends for mothers and daughters, and she's making a mint.
Now she probably had to do something different since this whole COVID thing, but I'm sure
During the time and she set up spa parties for little girls. You know, like she would supply the foot tubs and the little robes, and they'd have their little plastic champagne glasses and apple cider, and you know, and they'd be doing their nails and just, you know, themed parties for children because she just loved doing kids' parties. Um, you know, what makes you smile?
right.
I'm sure she's not baking cookies. She's not doing it. She's hosting the party.
So Brenna says that there's too much sugar in Starbucks. Yeah, if you ask for it. Patka Mama's is a local coffee shop here, and she likes golden turmeric latte. And then she said too many superpowers do surface, and she had to stop because as you're going along stuff, you're going to have to choose because we're good at a lot of things and
Yes,
choose
we are.
and choose something and like you want to have fun at.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because it's all about building a profitable business that's fun to run.
And taking the hassle out of your hustle.
Mm-hmm. Thank you all for tuning in today. This was a good conversation, I do believe. I want to know, are you all operating in your superpower and are you compensated well for it? Or are you okay, so I have this I'm imagining that I like my superpower, but I'm looking over there at somebody else's paper. I'm like, well, she's doing that over there and she's getting paid a little bit more for her superpower.
Stop it.
How come I'm not getting paid like that? Let's just be you in your superpower.
Not only that, it's okay to ask the sister, well, how are you monetizing this at this rate? Da, da, da. People want to share information about their superpower. If they don't, okay, so what? Move on. But most people want to talk about it because they don't get to talk about it with people who are truly interested in how they got there.
Right.
It's okay to ask. I'm just saying, and it's okay to say, look, you don't know about this, and I know about that. Maybe we can exchange ideas.
Oh,
Find a way.
is that the purpose of BizChicks? Network, connect, share, grow.
And grow.
That's why we're here. So if you have something you want to share, and this is what I'm asking, if you want to write an article about something, or if you want to talk about something that you learned and you want to share it, please share it over on the page. Write your article, post it up on the page in BizChicks, over on our BizChicks group page. Hey, I had a challenge with da 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 da. Here's what I did, and post that. Or if you have a challenge, put it up there and find out who can help you with it. Because see, I don't want us to be like some groups where they're just selling stuff. Hey, I got a workshop. Hey, I can do this. And hey, okay.
Hey, I got some watches, guys.
Right. And Claudia says, I love collaborating. So let's collaborate. Let's get in there and find somebody that can help. I'm serious. Go in there, ask questions over on the BizChicks group, or give answers. Let's make the second half of 2020 on that group page all about sharing solutions for different people. Hey,
I have a friend who organizes things, and I'm like, you know what? She's just a master at that.
Can you come over to my house?
And I'm like, I need to call her and ask her, you know what?
Can you come? Instead of being embarrassed that it's not organized, you call somebody in to help them organize it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, keep it clean. Mm-hmm. It's the organization of it first.
Mm-hmm. But we all need help with something.
Yes, we do.
And that means that's a business opportunity for all of you. So, if you're interested in joining BizChicks, text 33777 to Biz.
No, you text Biz
to 3377, right? I got it flipped. I'm sorry. To 3377. You see it scrolling across the screen there. And just join BizChicks.
And we want to hear from your superpower, because there are people who need your superpower. And we want a safe place to share your superpower so people know that, okay, these people in here are not takers. Is that a good word?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not here to rip people off.
And we just want you to share your.
We do charge for our services.
Yeah, we do. Like with Brenna, if you want to charge not charge, if you want to share about, here's a happily green and clean tip, please put that over there.
Oh, we'd love to have that.
Because people don't know how, because they're telling us every other thing about how to do stuff with COVID-19 and washing your hands and using all these chemicals. But
and you have the solution.
Yes, you have a chemical toxic-free way of doing that. We need to hear that. Even if you just do a live and say, okay, hey, BizChicks, I wanted to come in here and do this live to tell you how you can be toxic-free and still happily green and clean. Something, but share your superpowers. Claudia, go in there and share something on here's a way to eat healthy, doing A, B, C, D, and whatever. Share that over there in the group. Just saying. And other of you who have superpowers, we want to hear from you too.
Okay. With that, we want to remind you that tomorrow is Tuesday. We'll be talking social media for business with TJ, all the way from New York City. Terry Johnson online everywhere. To show us how.
Okay, I just thought about that this morning. That's TJ and Terry. T&T will be sharing social media and digital marketing.
Yes, we'll be talking about how to leverage your social media for your business in a way that's easy to understand and how to understand social media for business, all in English. So with that, we want to remind you, don't forget to go to the front of your own line. Friend, I love you, girl. Talk to you tomorrow, guys. Thank you for joining the watch party. And over here on my Facebook page. So I want to give a shout out to all of you, to Danette, and to who else is over here? Jenny and Linda and Marcia. Thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed the show. Bye-bye.